On the air, episode 163.
Announcer, go ahead and announce.
Live from the Loft 100 studios in beautiful Carlsbad, California, otherwise known as San Diego. It is on the air, and guess what? It is now on the air. Mary Godwin, Little Tommy, and of course, Sully.
Oh my goodness, look at that studio audience. We may be small, but we're nimble. Here we go. Good to see you guys. Big hand for Well, I know that we had Oscars recently, and we thought we'd do something a little bit different today, as opposed to having a bunch of local guests.
Yeah.
We've had so many people ask us, why is this not a morning radio program? That we thought we'd just play it like a morning radio program.
Why not?
Right?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So Mary's doing traffic and news this morning.
Traffic and news.
Mike's
Or you're
gonna
going to make me go out to the parking
No,
lot?
Mike's going to put a diaper on and run in the parking lot like the show tool.
And I'll be on a squat
You'll be on a
box.
squat box.
Oh, yeah, we need your squawk box.
And I'll do some business advice. And it'll last exactly one show.
Perfect.
It'll be good.
Yeah, give it up for the live studio audience.
Now,
Yes.
so how do people get involved in the studio audience, Mary?
They email us
Okay.
at audience@loft100studios.com.
Okay.
And I will reply to you.
right.
And we'll get you in.
All right. Love it. Today marks is it second or third anniversary of Rusty?
Third.
Third anniversary of Rusty Nails passing here in the studios. It was at one of our Loft 100 studios close by, but we're going to do a special tribute to him in the E Block today because look, it's not a fun thing to talk about, but he literally dropped dead in front of us on stage while we were taping our first anniversary show.
Doing what he loved. He was
I mean,
singing.
and the funny part about Nails was he was a horrible singer. Oh my God.
But he sounded so
He
good
was
that
the
day.
worst singer I've ever, he's a comedian, right? Rusty Nails. Hey, everybody, Rusty Nails, 95, right?
Exactly.
And he was my work wife for, 30 years on Big Biz Show, and for a year for us here.
2 years. It was our 2-year anniversary.
He had I Hate Jeffinger t-shirts printed. I mean, there's so many weaving
I
in and
love
out.
Russ. I mean, I grew up listening to him when I was in high school. He was a big deal.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it was a great thing to work with Rusty.
Well, his favorite thing was with the band.
Yep.
Was when we were playing. This is when we were before we had a deal, before we were kind of making our way in the music world. He would come and we'd even play at bars like at the Kraken or Tio Leo's or just the smallest places ever. And we finally started getting to play Belly Up, and then we're starting to get some popularity. Russ would love to go up and sing his crappy Johnny Cash Ring of Fire song.
Oh, yeah.
By himself, and then one by one, I think Steve Dillard, our horn player who's played with the Righteous Brothers and with Huey Lewis, and my hand up there,
Yeah.
would walk up, and he'd start doing.
Do it.
There he goes, and one by one, the band would go. So at the end of the break, as we were going one by one, the band would go up and play, and he was the happiest he's ever been playing music. So that day, he decides, and he's got his velvet paisley jacket crap on, and he's like, he's smooth as a gravy sandwich.
He arrives on time to sound check.
Oh, and he was
First time
typical
ever.
Russ, and so he starts doing a song called "I'll Melt with You." Tommy and I. So I remember Tommy has to do a song then,
After him.
and like you guys can't see what's going on here when we have on the band. Tommy's going, what's going
All
on?
of this.
I mean, I'll skip to the end of the story. I can't decide whether more shocked he passed away that day or his performance. I'm just gonna say it was the best performance. Tommy says, I can't go after that,
He sounded
which you would never say when Russ was singing.
Of course not.
And
then in a blink of an eye.
well, James, our award-winning bass player, didn't he played the last chord and looked at you and said what? He said, I'm done.
He said, I'm done.
I'm done, and did a triple Lindy off the stage. Of course, me and Tommy thought he was kidding.
We all laughed because we thought
I thought it was a pratfall.
Devin Doan, is Devin out here? Devin is here somewhere? Maybe not.
He's in here.
Devin, oh, here he is. Devin performs, with his military background, performs CPR so his family can say goodbye to him. But in any case, so a tribute to Rusty Nails today.
Love it.
You'll be able to see his performance in the e-book.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be good. So we're done. And then I know we have another special guest. Did anybody see the Oscars?
Of course I did. I went to a party.
Saw me.
Oh, excuse me. Of course you went.
I
for it.
went. I
Did you
wore
dress
the
up?
pool. No, we decided to go cash this year. We went casual to our Oscars party, but it was a whole thing. I should have pictures, but I won the pool
But what'd you win? What'd you win?
because you vote on what you think's gonna win.
Did you see one movie other than the Bob
I
Dylan
saw
movie?
them all. I saw all the top 10 movies except for Dune.
Wait, did you do this as a course of due diligence?
Yes, I do it every year.
Wow.
That is just geeky. That's
It's so geeky, but that's me.
That's super nerdy.
I'm a nerd.
What's the one that won like a lot?
It shouldn't have
overall?
won.
What is it called? Oh, it's a. So you're the
Anora.
So you're the arbiter.
Sorry.
I am the arbiter. I'm gonna tell you.
What's Anora about? Anoia?
Anoia. It's about a sex worker who dates
Oh, I
a
watched
Russian.
that.
Yeah.
Mike can relate.
This is why it won, to be
Go on,
honest with
Mary.
you.
Go
I
on.
have all your attention,
Yeah.
and this is my theory: is that it's just it was very fun to watch. For
Did
some
Demi,
people.
did Demi Moore get
No,
robbed?
she didn't. She lost to the
I know. Did she get robbed?
She lost
She
to a
got
sex worker.
robbed,
She got
and
robbed by
it's-
a sex worker.
and it's
the
basically the
rumor now.
premise of the substance is the fact that she lost to this younger gal.
Now let me ask you this: Timothy Chalamet,
Yes.
who I
Chalamet.
believe I saw this kid in The King. I thought he was a British actor of some note, like Christian Bale was when he was at Empire of the Sun when he was about 12 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he's from Jersey, by the way.
He
The kid's
is?
from Jersey.
He
Timothy
was-
Chalamet is from Jersey. He is the most U.S. kid that there is, but he's the most significant actor of our time, from what I understand.
But is he now
Should
like?
he have won?
Adrian Brody won, and he
Should he have
deserved it.
won?
Absolutely.
Did you see the Dylan movie?
I did see
What
that.
movie was
You don't like
Brody?
Bob
in?
Dylan?
The Brutalist. I loved
Wait,
a
who should
Complete
have won?
Unknown.
Adrian or-
Adrian Brody won and should have won.
Okay.
Yes.
Has he won
right.
before?
Yes, he has for the piano.
Okay.
Yes. But he deserved it. He won.
I feel like Mike's holding back something here.
No, I didn't see any of that tripe. I wasn't about to go spend money on it. But did Demi Moore lose because of the facelift? Because it is just so.
Because her belly button's at her chin now?
Pretty
Which
much.
face-
It's just like
Well, that's the premise of the substance, which is also weird because it's about
Botox?
Essentially, yes, it's about Botox and the substance. Women and actresses who are getting past their prime
Yeah.
have to inject this stuff, and it makes you young.
It's called
but then
Wegovy.
it comes out of it's like a. Yeah,
The GLP-1.
No, it's. I mean, it's all the things that these women do, but
I
they
thought it
all
was-
are doing it
I
anyway.
thought, but it's Hollywood. I thought the substance is like the blood of young children that they sacrifice
That they
the,
sacrifice to the business.
to the movie gods.
Have,
She should have won though. It was a tremendous. I didn't like the movie
It was
because
cool that Mick Jagger was there.
that was a highlight.
That was-
Was Tom
Well, the-
Cruise there?
No.
No, the highlight was the opening with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana
Oh, yeah.
Grande
For Wicked?
doing a
Of
Wicked.
course, 'cause it was musical
performance.
theater.
Yes,
Oh,
yes. Exactly.
Okay.
That
Which
was-
one's the
I
bald head
cried.
chick?
She's
Cynthia
Elphaba.
Erivo.
Cynthia Erivo?
Yes.
She's a beautiful voice.
Yes.
So, do you guys remember when Billy Crystal used to do the opening of the
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Was that the heyday?
That was the best. He
Not the three of them, not with
no,
Whoopi
no.
and
Not
him
Whoopi,
and
no.
the other one.
Billy by himself.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
And Whoopi.
It was the other one. Sorry, Robin Williams. I've ridden 1,000 miles with that guy on a bicycle. I forgot his name.
I missed the Bob Hope hosted ones.
Do you really? Mind if I work, bars? Dino's got like a freaking.
Time to get to the best movie now, sir.
He's
That was like the 40s.
pickling his finger like this. Hey, bro. Those are the ones you missed.
That was like the 40s and 50s.
Let me
much.
tell you what I think this is because Conan O'Brien, who now is the king of podcasts,
Yes,
Yes.
he is.
and I will tell you guys, as radio personalities and radio, what would you call that? Participant? When you were-
Participant.
who's
I
dating
was a
Mary this
featured-
week? What was the name of the bit?
Frequently hit upon Mary.
Frequently hit upon Mary. Who's on Jeff and Jer.
Yeah.
We used to say in the broadcast business, you are no more a race car driver because you have a fast car
Yep.
than you're a broadcaster because you have a microphone in front of your face. Podcasting is for broadcasters who couldn't make it.
Yep.
Boy, has that changed.
Yeah.
Because
It used to be that way.
broadcasters were podcasters that couldn't make it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Conan O'Brien has a radio 112, I think, or 122 on XM Sirius. He's got a podcast. And Conan O'Brien, I didn't realize he was on late night for 25 years. I didn't realize
Really, was that long?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
yeah.
And it started in 1993.
Yep.
Wow.
But I didn't realize it was that long. But he is a genius. I mean, he's the wittiest guy I've ever seen. He's a comedy writer. He was an original comedy writer for South Park.
All of them.
And for
Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
SNL.
but
Yeah.
I think the reason he got asked to do this here, because I would have asked, of course, Tina Fey and
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler, who do the Golden Globes, who they're hilarious.
Yes.
I think the reason is because it represents a paradigm shift in media.
Could be.
I think we're going to be interviewing not Vortex figures in San Diego pretty soon. We're going to be interviewing podcasters and stuff like that.
But he was also, I think he was also safe because ABC and the Academy realized that the numbers are just tumbling as far as the ratings are.
But could you tell he was a little bit nervous?
Oh, of course.
He was a little bit
wouldn't you be
nervous. Yeah.
I'd be super nervous.
Billions
was-
of people.
Yeah, billions.
He was pretty good. You know who nailed it recently hosting was Nikki Glazer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
She did that roast recently and blew up. And
fantastic.
She hosted, I don't know, Golden Globes or something, and she was so.
Were you watching, Tommy?
Yeah.
Were you watching at home?
You said you were a little bit
Were you
bitter.
just barely watching at home?
Talk about.
Were you recovering at home?
A little bit.
Boy, do we have a story for you.
Oh boy.
Okay, and this is not to be morbid,
No.
but 3 years ago today, the time you're looking at it like, what? Yeah. Russ on the first. I get a phone call.
February 13th.
February 13th, I get a phone call from Tommy's daughter saying, hey, just want to let you know, Tommy has had a blood transfusion and he is in critical condition at the hospital. Of course, I made it about me. It's my superpower, making everything about me. What the hell happened to you? And by the way,
I'll
can I
tell
just
the
say in
story.
advance, thank God you're. Look at your face is narrower. The whole what the hell happened? What happened?
Well, I'll
to you?
tell the story. So it was Thursday, February 13th. I go to work early in the morning at KUSI. I get there
What
like
time's early?
3, 4 a.m. So I get there and I feel great. I do the morning show and I do all that I do and everything was going great. You know, doing selfies with guests and stuff. And around 11 a.m., I broke out in like a cold sweat, got a little dizzy, and I told
Because
the-
Kristen Gaspar was there? Or?
But I told the producers at night, Vanessa and Morgan, hey, everything's in for tonight. I don't feel well. I'm going outside to catch some air. So I remember going outside by the patio and just standing there, hoping it would fade away.
That patio is where you put all the bands and
Yeah,
stuff, right?
and,
The bricks
I was
and
just,
stuff.
and I just stood there hoping it would fade away, and it didn't. And then about 3 buildings down is Kaiser. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to get in my car and drive myself to Kaiser.
Yeah, it's
so
always
I
a
get
sane,
in my car.
always a sane decision to make when you're
gonna walk
busy,
on-
can't see out of one eye, and
But
it's
I-
almost passing out. But
I'm
just
gonna
jump
walk
in
on the
car.
freeway.
Right, but
Just jump in the car.
So I get in the car, and then I feel worse. And so I'm kind of just hunched over, just thinking.
The wheel at a red light, or
Yeah, no. In the parking lot, still parked at KUSI, and I'm thinking, God, what do I do?
what was you thinking? I'm hunched over the wheel.
Yes. But remember, I'm not thinking right. And so luckily, one of the girls that I told inside came out. Her name's Vanessa.
Vanessa's here.
And she came out, and she said, hey, are you okay? And I go, I don't know. And she goes, well, you can't drive, I'll drive. So she drove her car over, and the 7 steps it took from my car to her car was the hardest thing I ever had to do. Wow. And so eventually, she drives me and drops me off in the ER, and she goes in with me. And all of a sudden, I remember, just like in the movies, I'm laying down, lights, about 10 people around me.
Was it one light? Was there a hallway?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tommy.
And I'm just laying
Just
there,
checking.
and all the doctors are saying, "Hey, we're gonna figure this out, Tommy. How you doing? Any pain?" And I remember saying, "No, no pain at all." And they go, "Okay, we're gonna figure this out." And I remember a voice to my right said, "Maybe he's bleeding," and so they put a tube up and down my nose over to look inside, and blood. And so I remember they said, "Okay, there it is. He's bleeding." And then all of a sudden, things get a little blurry for me. And I remember, signing papers, and my kids came, and they said, "Tommy, we're gonna fix this up, and we're gonna put you on fentanyl." And then
What's that?
I know.
It was a good news, bad news.
Yeah. And then they did, and they eventually they do the surgery Thursday early evening, and they patched me up. I don't remember Thursday night, and I don't remember Friday morning, but I do remember Friday night and Saturday. And Saturday is when my kids gave me back my phone and said, "Dad, you're not gonna believe this." She goes, "So many people were praying for you and you sending messages." And And I truly believe those messages and those prayers got me out of that and saved my life. Yeah. But, you know, I do want to say the person that all the doctors and nurses said, Tommy, that person that drove you here saved your life. And she's actually here, and I want to bring her up. Her name's Vanessa Hanna. This is Vanessa Hanna. She's a producer at KUSI and Fox 5. And you know
Vanessa,
what?
fill in the blanks. What is he not telling you? It's probably worse than it sounds, right?
His recollection is pretty accurate. I remember us, like me, Morgan, even Gabe, producer over there, like noticing right away that like something was off, and we were like, maybe like it could be nothing, but I'm very.
Before he said he was.
Before he said, I also knew, like, I was waiting to ask him a question about the show, and then I looked at him, and I never asked my question because I was like, I think I literally said, Tommy, you don't look good. Like, are you okay?
Do we call that?
And then he was like, I'm gonna go outside, like he said. And then I think when he started walking to his car, most of everyone was like, oh, he's okay. Like, he's walking to his car, he's fine. But my mom always tells me I'm like very persistent, and I like need to know if someone's like okay, like they need to tell me. So I called him, he didn't answer. I texted and he didn't answer, and I was like, I'll call him one more time, but after that, I'll leave him alone. Like, I'm not going to like continue asking, because like, you know, he's a grown man. I'm not gonna keep bothering him. And then that last call he answered, and that's when I came outside. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
And I have a question. I do remember them saying, let's take off his clothes. Did you see me naked?
No, I didn't. I was like,
'Cause it was-
no. I didn't.
It was cold. It was very cold.
No, I didn't.
Shrinkage. Wow. Wow. We've all been there.
I distinctly remember him saying, "Okay, thank you, Vanessa," and I was like, "I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. That's,
Because I
that's
do
all
remember
I can
they
do.
said.
Yeah, that's all I can do."
I do remember, hey, let's take off his clothes now.
Is it true you drove through Starbucks before you went to the hospital?
Absolutely. No, I'm just kidding. That's not
But
true.
you know what? And I
Made a stop.
I made a stop for myself.
But you truly did save my life, and thank you so much.
Of course,
I'm going
of
to kiss you on the cheek.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
So obviously a different show today, but thank the Lord that you're here with us.
Oh, man, you don't understand.
And on this anniversary of Russ's passing, I mean, not to be morbid, but man, that was a really, really touch and go for many of us. And,
No, thank you to San Diego and all those prayers. And thanks to Mike Costa especially, because I remember going through all my messages Saturday and seeing Mike's message. His message was, "What's up?" It was like, it made me,
thanks to Mike Costa especially.
it made me laugh.
Yeah.
Good.
The well, we do have we have two special intros today.
Okay.
One of which is a Grammy Award-winning performer is coming up here
Yeah, Terry Steele.
in a few minutes. But he wrote what?
Here and Now for Luther.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, but we do have one very special introduction here on this first break. We've had a lot of birthdays here in March. Trace Hodges, of course, is one of them, our drummer up there.
Yeah.
And anybody else we
Happy
possibly
birthday.
missed, but we have a very special introduction right now, don't we?
Let's bring him out. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sergeant of Arms of On the Air with Sully and Little Tommy. Give it up for Matt Chess.
He's our Sergeant at Arms. He's our Chief of the Boat. So happy birthday, Matt. Give him a hand. It's his birthday today. He's 40 years old. On the Air is on the Air. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Happy birthday.
We roll on from the Loft 100 studios here in Carlsbad, California. That is where they shoot On the Air. Fortuitous that we're here because it is On the Air. Costa, Maribor Godwin, Little Tommy is with us.
Hey, he's back.
He's back. And Sully.
I don't want to say bigger than ever. You're actually smaller. You look fantastic.
Yeah,
You're
look how big
shrinking,
you
dude.
are.
Are you going back on your Torrey Pines hikes? Was this a demarcation point for you, regardless it was a sickness or not? But I mean, is this to say, okay, I'm gonna go eat less Funyuns, like one of Mike's food groups?
You know,
Mayo for dipping and some bacon bits.
I wanted to have this moment to announce I've been working with Bob Babbitt, and I'm running a marathon tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Congratulations. That is awesome.
6.2 miles.
Whoa.
So tomorrow's Sunday morning. Anybody else running with you? Is this a big event or just?
No, just me. Trust me when I give you the results.
Don't Google it.
You know, I bought him a Peloton bike about 3 years ago.
And you know what? My dry cleaning is
I was gonna say, it's still right on there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what
Are you
they're
gonna
made
jump
for.
back on that thing?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. You know what? I want to stick around for my granddaughter.
I want you to stick around for a minute.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, right after the show.
Yeah, but
is anybody excited about? Okay, let me just say this: are the Chargers dead to you too?
Oh,
Yeah.
Me, yes.
they were never alive for me because I'm a Raider fan. So I'd
Oh
leave. I
God,
don't
who
care.
invited this guy today?
Doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Raider
matter. Might as well be
fan.
Who cares?
Yeah,
we don't have a football team. We're basically Fresno. At this
Pretty
point.
much.
They
Good
were
college
No,
basketball.
actually, let me see. We got good college basketball.
Right.
We got baseball.
Yeah.
Good college football.
Well, hello, San Diego Football Club. We got that.
Hey.
That's,
No, but I'm
exciting.
talking about.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm talking about
The
like
big ones.
we lost the Conquistadors and the Rockets
Wild
and the
cards,
Clippers.
The Aces.
Okay, those are all the basketball teams that were here.
Yeah, yeah.
We lost the Chargers.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Still have the Padres going well.
Right.
We is Julie V still playing soccer?
But he's one of those names that will forever live in soccer lore in San Diego.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I personally think that they will use our.
Uncle Segota.
I think we'll use San Diego as a mega region, just like they used LA to get an NFL team back here.
Of course.
You know, it's just the fact that they need to change the narrative of a Charger Stadium or whatever it's going to be called
Right.
to a civic asset.
Do you think it'll ever happen that we'll get a team?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, the NFL would
really,
not,
really
NFL
miss
would not-
having a
why would
football
NFL leave this? We're the only mega region in the country. You have such a Mexico fan base for football.
Yeah.
For
Where are
American
we going to
football.
put them? We got to build a stadium. Who's going to
Downtown. So
do that?
NASCO's closing up.
Yeah,
I mean, but the message, right? And you and I've talked about this on the radio before. It can't be a Charger stadium. It's got to be a civic asset. Because remember all the events you did that had nothing with the Chargers. All the
Human
stuff you did
flag.
at the stadium, that had nothing with the Chargers. Poinsettia Bowl, right? Major League Baseball. Oral
Monster
Roberts.
truck.
Monster truck. Didn't Street Scene do that one year?
Yeah.
Street scene was
How
there?
many times were you guys at Jeff and Jerry in that stadium?
A handful of times.
was gonna say
I mean,
I remember being there when there was 50,000 people in there for you guys.
the human flags.
Yeah.
The human bolt when the Chargers
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
went to
Right.
the Super Bowl.
We did a bunch of promotions though. We had people seeing how many seats they could sit in.
Oh, yeah.
In a 72-hour period for like 15 grand.
Yeah, right,
Or
right.
You had to sit down.
Are you
No way,
more?
really?
Are you more of a Padre fan now that there's only baseball and Aztec football, or are you about the same?
I'm a San Diegan, so I'm a bandwagon fan, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
And,
So when they're good, you're in.
yeah.
Otherwise, you have no idea who's playing this week.
Yeah.
What about you, Mary? Were you ever a baseball fan?
I've been a Padres fan since day one.
Mike, do you-
I have a picture of me meeting Steve Garvey when I was 8 years old. Remember he was here?
I have a picture of me crying in front of Steve Garvey right here in the studio.
Oh yeah, I was crying that day too.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Steve
and Kirk
Garvey, of all people.
Zavakwa.
I know.
So, and you
Yeah,
being
but-
our only national sports personality.
It's funny. My parents met in San Francisco, so I've always had an affinity for the Giants. But yeah, I'm a San Diego kid. I was weaned on the teat of San Diego Padre baseball at San Diego Stadium.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. San Diego Stadium.
Yeah.
Was turned into the Murph. Was turned into Qualcomm Stadium.
Qualcomm, yeah. So yeah.
Do you think now baseball is? I think baseball, because Petco Park, right, is teeming with economic activity.
Oh.
If you see, if you go down there, it's like, why aren't we building one of these on every block?
Yeah.
Like if you go to Detroit, which has the worst PR firm in the world because it's a beautiful city, they've got hockey on one corner, literally basketball on the other corner, baseball on one corner, and football on one corner.
Oh, yeah.
That is the four corners of sports.
Wow.
Same thing's happened in Minneapolis. Do you think Padres are more popular now?
Oh, 1,000%.
When's the last time you went to a Padre game?
Last season.
You did?
Yeah.
Are you heading to opening day this year?
Sure, I always go to opening day and then in the World Series if they ever make it.
That's a big gap there,
How
Tom.
many people,
know.
show of hands, think Tommy stays more than 4 innings?
No way.
No.
You're a 3-inning guy.
Yeah.
He's a day
I'm a
game.
3-inning guy too.
Take the
Love the
picture and
Padres.
bolt. Yeah.
Love the Padres. I've been a Padre fan since Nate Colbert.
Right.
Great.
Nate Colbert in 1971 or 68.
69.
Wow.
Yeah. I think Matt, where's Matt Chess? Did Manny Machado just passed Nate Colbert as far as home runs by a Padre? Yeah. So, Nate had that record forever. He's
What
one of
about
the
Gary
all-time
Templeton? Remember those days where he was like smoking Marlboros while he was taking
Absolutely.
grounders?
greats. A Marlboro Red, a big bowl of greenies. Let's go play America's pastime.
And speaking of the stadium, remember the iconic Marlboro billboard?
Right.
That was
Yeah. When the blinds would change.
Yeah, that's
every
right.
time.
And it went from there to Jameson. No, we were advertising booze and cigarettes back then.
Well, you could still bring beer into
could
the
smoke
stadium.
in the stadium, right?
Excuse me, they had bat night.
Exactly.
What could go wrong? Let's give every 12-year-old.
Or drunk
Billy
fan.
Club. Do you remember? I remember going to San Diego State.
Oh, General.
The year was 1981,
Oh boy.
and a very fit Bobby Sullivan, ignoring the jeers of all the radio personalities,
Right.
would walk into an Aztec game when Jesse Freitas was the quarterback,
Number 17.
Great call. Wow. Yep.
number 17. And they would let you bring a milk jug
A beer.
full of beer into the stadium.
No
right.
way.
That's right.
Those
Yep.
were
Those were the days.
Yeah, you would see people at the 7-Eleven right down there across from the Mission buying jugs of milk, taking them outside, pouring the milk out, swishing a little bit.
not even all the way. Not even all the because you didn't have water.
Just
So
a little
they didn't
milk
have bottled
residue.
water back then. They just took a little bit of beer. A lot of times they're like, boom, it'll coat your stomach. You know exactly what I'm talking
You
about.
guys are the reason they took the privileges away to do that.
We're not
probably.
well, it could have been. This was a great move. That may or not have happened when I was 20. Do you remember those times when you
Yes.
could walk through?
Yes.
And it was that promenade thing at the
Oh, I love that.
at Stadium
You
Stadium.
bring a bucket of chicken and a thing of beer in your hand.
And that was just on the
Tickets were-
drive there.
And tickets were $5.
$5.
Yeah.
$5. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Fantastic
it went south until Larry Lucchino came. But what I want to know is, if you think Padre baseball, right this year, is this our year?
Yeah, it can be. It can be.
Yes.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Yes. Yes.
On the air, it's on the air.
That is the on-the-air band because we are inside the Loft 100 studios in Carlsbad, California, in the midst of On the Air. Hope everyone's having a great time.
Yes.
Gerber Godwin, Little Tommy,
Yes.
and Sully.
So great to have you back.
It is so
was a
great.
real scare
Yeah.
for all of you. You know, I got hit in the eye with a pickleball, so I know it was rough on most of you, but me and Tommy are back,
Thank God.
and thank goodness. So, are you feeling okay? Are you 100%?
Yeah, I feel great. And I do want to thank, again, everyone for those messages and prayers because I believe that's what got me out of that. So thank you. And you know what? It was so cool coming into work today. It's the first time I've seen the crew and the band. And Tomoka was the first person that saw me, and she gave me the biggest hug and tears.
Well, anytime Tomo gives you a hug, let's face it.
But I love the band, and I love everything.
Well, we're glad you're back.
You know, in a city full of TV and radio celebs and stars like that, you know, everyone's off just always kind of doing their own thing.
Right under you is
Yeah, exactly.
Tommy Sablon.
But I have never seen everybody coalesce like they did
Yeah.
as soon as word went out that
Yeah.
this guy was hurt.
I mean, within minutes,
It was
there was
like wildfire.
hundreds of
Yeah.
comments.
I don't
people sending
understand.
their love.
We
I
don't
don't
either.
either. My pickleball eye, not one freaking email.
Yeah, I got a cut on my wrist and
I know.
nothing. Nobody.
I don't
Yeah.
understand. But you know what? I feel blessed, and I feel obligated to continue to try to do good stuff.
It's because every time somebody calls you and asks you for a favor, your answer is always, you got it, or give me a second, I know somebody.
If it's you got it, it happens. If it's give me a second, he doesn't call you back.
You know what? It was the Jeff and Jer days, though. You let everyone into your life, all of you, the whole cast of that.
And now you let
show,
none of us
Graham.
into your life. What's
yeah.
the deal?
Yeah.
And then with Breaking and Entering Christmas, that is a staple
Wait a
in
second.
San Diego.
Do we have a Breaking and Entering Christmas again this year?
Yes.
Of course.
Have we committed to a sponsorship?
Yes, you are. Yes.
I didn't know, actually.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Give it up for Loft 100
No.
and Sully for
No, give it up.
sponsoring
No.
$50,000. $50,000.
Sully! Woo! I need $10 from every viewer of this show. ASAP.
Hey, but you know what?
Introduce our guest.
You see who's on stage?
Is that Terry Steele?
Terry Steele.
I'm such a huge fan of Terry.
Give it up for Terry Steele. Terry is performing Sunday night at Humphreys Backstage starting at 6:30. He's a good friend of mine, and he happened to have written a song for Luther Vandross called Here and Now. But he also does a tribute show for Luther on his behalf, and he's going to perform 2 songs for you guys today. As a matter of fact, let's do a song.
Yes.
Terry, you ready?
Let's go.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, yeah. Woo. Come on, y'all. Yeah. I can't ever loved me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. There's not a minute, hour, day, or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list, cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you, how I spend my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you. You must have known that I had feelings deep enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come and fall my love. 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. And I just don't wanna stop. Oh my love, yeah, yeah. A million days in your arms is never too much. And I just don't wanna. Too much, never too much, never too much, never too much. All right, come on, y'all feel like partying a little bit in here? Come on. Yeah. Hey, part two, here we go. Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was broken hearted. Hung up the phone, can't be too late. The boss is so demanding. Open the door up, and to my surprise, there you were standing. Well, who needs to go to work to hustle for another dollar? I'd rather be with you. You make my heart scream and holler. Love is a gamble, and I'm so glad I am winning. We've come a long way, and yet this is only the beginning. Oh, my love. Woo. 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. And I just don't wanna stop. Oh, my love. A million days in your arms is never too much. And I just don't wanna stop. Oh, my love, yeah.
Javier's on the air. Terry Steele, got another one coming up in a second. See you in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Steele.
One look in your eyes, there I see just what you mean to me. Here in my heart, is all we need. Hey,
Two-time Grammy Award nominee for that song. Here now. Best rhythm and blues song, Luther Ray. Come on down here. Come on, Terry, come on, give him a hand. So,
That song took me back.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
that
remember-
was the love song
remember
with my
Luther?
boyfriend, my college boyfriend.
how did you get hit in your Rolodex on this one?
Well, I've always
Like the Beach Boys,
you know, or in
Russell
the-
Crowe.
It was the 90s, and I remember his number, 310-274-719.
Wow, that's Luther's number.
And I told Terry this story. I called Luther one day on the air,
Oh, man. Thank you.
and he went on. And he went on from his home on the phone. Back then was landlines. And I remember after the interview, his manager at the time, Billy Bass, a legendary,
yeah.
legendary
Sure.
DJ, called me and said, "Hey, Tommy, don't do that again. Next time, just go through me." And then he made the news again later on, so I called Luther again at home. And then Billy called me back and said, "Tommy, please always go through me." And then the third time, he's up for a Grammy or something, I called Luther at home, and he went on. And then Billy said, "Tommy, I don't know why, but Luther loves you." And he goes, "You don't need my permission, just keep calling him." And then Luther came down to San Diego in the 90s with Anita Baker.
Oh, wow.
And he invited
James has played with Anita Baker a number of times.
and he invited the show and my family backstage, and I got to meet him. And one time I was having lunch at my home with some neighbors, and the phone rang, and it was Luther calling me from backstage.
Could you show the phone at that point?
No, I did. I was proud.
Because it was just a regular phone. It would have been, oh, hey, Mr. President.
But he was backstage at Wembley Stadium. Oh. And,
Get ready to go on?
yeah, and I remember telling all my friends, "Hey, be quiet, it's Luther." But
I got a bigger name on the other line. Yeah.
Luther, Terry will talk about this, but there's no better person than Mr. Luther Vandross.
Terry, how did you, so as a legendary songwriter, how did you get your song in front of him? Were you guys friends? How did the whole thing work?
no, that happened because of my godmother, Dionne Warwick.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Yes.
Her to her.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
And that family, the Houstons and the Warwicks, we go way back. Whitney,
Yeah.
when she was here. But her son and I, David Elliott, I grew up with them, so we were actually in her basement. We were running over songs, and I was playing a song that I had written, playing it to David,
Yeah.
Here and Now. And
Yeah.
so David's an excellent drummer. And he said, "Oh, you need a groove on that." So he added some drums. We went in the studio, and when we got out of the studio, we let Dionne hear it. And she was going to a party at Luther's house.
Oh, my God.
And
I said, wait a minute, I got an idea.
he would have movie nights at his house where he would debut films that were in the theaters.
In LA?
But he would.
I knew the number.
You
been
probably
around
was
the
invited. I wasn't. But
Can I just throw it up for the on the air band with you? What did you think having these guys back you up?
oh,
Come on!
I'm serious. Brilliant. When I walked in, I was like, "Oh my Lord!"
And so how did it get
I need to
Yeah,
steal and
how
take
did
them on the
Luther-
road with me.
So how did it get to?
Oh, so she took the demo that David and I had done to the party, and she played it. She's like, "My boys just came out of the studio with this song," and he heard it. I get a phone call, seriously, like 2 a.m, and it's I hear this voice. "I love it. I love it." And I was like, and it was Luther saying he loved it, and David said Luther heard the song and he wanted to record it.
Wow.
And
That's some good news.
we would joke though so much that I thought it was a joke. So I'm like, I go to bed early, David. So,
What year was that?
oh, I'm gonna date myself. 88 when they called. It was recorded in 89 and released in 90.
So those early 90s, you were raking it in.
Well,
Hey, I can't imagine.
Well,
I
wait
mean,
a second. That's interesting because right now, and we know that because we're doing this stuff, if we get 1 million downloads on Spotify, it's $3,000.
Okay.
That's it. We're not selling units anymore. We released our first single in August. So August, September, October, November, December. and we have another one coming out, I think, in 3 weeks. But it's not about units anymore. It's about singles. You were part of an album, right?
Yeah.
And the monetary thing is different these days. What do you think about the democratization of music? It's more accessible to more artists these days, but there's also more traffic, right?
A lot more traffic. I think today is really, for me, is more about live performances, and you use
That's exactly right.
you use it as a tool to market yourself.
Well, what they say, and I think Rick DeVoe is here somewhere, our manager, who again started Blink 182, and I think he was manager of Incubus and a million others. He says the way to make money these days as a musical act is merchandising and touring.
That's
it's
it.
no longer the units, unless you're doing 3 billion downloads on.
Right.
But it really, can you imagine 1 million downloads of your song garners you 0.003 cents to 005 cents per download, and only 005 cents if you've already hit that $1 million mark.
So, but here and now, from 1990, do you still get 1990 money?
Oh yeah, well that's
So like every
At the
quarter-
vacation house up in the up,
So
Oh,
every-
yeah.
up
Did
in-
you hear that? Oh,
And then-
yeah.
Oh, yeah, so like when Here and Now's in a movie,
yeah.
You get-
And you know they're doing this whole resurgence on Luther right now. He has a documentary that's out, Luther Vandross, Never Too Much.
Hey.
That was released. Oprah and CNN, they went together, and that's out. He has a greatest hits.
and that's all sync license money for you.
Yeah.
They call it sync licenses when you're syncing the music to a film.
Yes.
You know, and that's, but you're still under the old contracts and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to write some more, and I know you still write and such, and get out there, is it more of a performance model for you now?
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
it has to be, right?
Yeah, I hate to say it this way, but songwriting for me is something that I do because I love it. You know, it's a love. It's something I want to get out. But as far as writing for artists, like I was with Warner Brothers
Yeah.
Publishing and
Sure.
all that. That was the days when, oh, this one's looking for a song, and she's
Yeah.
looking for a song, and so you would hustle up a song and send it out.
Speaking of performances, we have a performance coming up, right?
Sunday night,
Sunday night, yes.
Tomorrow night,
Humphrey's backstage.
Humphrey's Backstage Live. Played there
Take
many
this out.
times. Such a great venue. It's such a cool place. We played there a
love
ton,
it.
and you're gonna garner a big crowd over there.
Yeah, so
So
tomorrow night, yes.
when you go to the mailbox,
Not about the money thing. Oh boy.
no, I'm
wanna hear it.
fascinated. I'm fascinated with this. So in 1991. I mean, the song's blowing up.
Yeah.
You know, weddings, everything. So every quarter, don't say a number, but every quarter, you would go in and get.
He gets a quarter.
Get a check.
He gets a quarter every quarter.
No, well, you know what? For me, that was
Just tell
the
him it's none of
first-
his business.
That was the first time I had written a song that by a major artist, anything.
Yeah.
And so it was all just so new to me that it was blowing my mind. What sticks out in my mind more than anything is the first time I heard Here and Now on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I was once again at home, waking up because it was like 9 in the morning.
Some morning show.
Yeah.
KJLH, I think, in LA. And
Terry Steele, will you come back with us at some point? Javier, we'll see you in a second.
I love you.
Beautiful Lock 100 Studios. We are in San Diego, California. Carlsbad, to be more specific. Hope everyone's having a great time being along for the ride. Costa, Herbert Godwin, Little Tommy.
Yes.
That beautiful man.
Yes.
And Sully.
We have to add a big hello and a big thank you to our live studio audience. Again,
Yeah.
making it worthwhile. If you guys want to come in, the audience, email Mary. And what's the email address once again, Mary?
Audience at loft100studios.com.
Okay, as long as we're talking about
I
music.
love our
A
audience.
little bit of a plug. We're playing before the Whalers, the world famous Whalers.
Wow.
At the end of April. We'll put that schedule up here up on our website,
Yep.
sullivanmusic.com. And then we're playing at Beach Life Festival in Redondo Beach.
Beach Life Festival.
And then, of course, Fiesta del Sol here in San Diego.
Yeah.
So in the next couple of months, there's you see these guys up here. I was talking to Tom.
And aren't you opening up at Kaboo?
No, there's no work about.
Are they coming
No,
back?
but at Beach Life, I'm opening up
kidding.
we're opening up for Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
What that means is, we'll play sometime during the day. Lenny Kravitz plays at night. So, in fact, I've opened up for the Stones.
Yeah.
Of course you
In
have.
December, I played, and they played that night somewhere else. I was just saying. I think we're gonna add Dave Rickards to this when we do these type of things without the guests, and because he's the king of the morning show.
Yes, he is.
Tommy and I were talking, and saying, we should get some audience participation on who you guys want to see, because I know we've gotten a lot of response. We've had Roger Hedgecock on, or we've had Shotgun Tom, or some of the Vortex figures in San Diego. If you guys have some people that you want to have on, just email, once again, audience,
Audience, yeah.
Yeah.
or Tommy will give you his number out, and he'll say either yes or let me get back to you.
back to you.
And he'll never.
I'm looking forward to an upcoming show with Heather Lake, Ashley Jacobs, Heather Myers, and Allie Wagner.
All, when they have
had
all
Heather yet.
the ladies of news, we don't have to do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, it's not just the ladies news. Anytime we have
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like, you get paid for doing this.
You get all of those four together. You just throw the tarp out and let them wrestle and just go out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's it.
it's all.
That's where
that
Mike's
type of
mind
thing.
goes. Old Jello wrestling on
Wrestling.
the air. Hey, Russ T. Nails was my partner in crime on Big Biz Show for 28 years before he passed right here on the air. The Big Biz Show is a national TV show that we do. Mike Costa, body was still warm, gives me a call. Hey, can I replace Russ? Of course, Mike.
Oh my God!
Mike, I invited Mike to join Big Biz. Mary joined Big Biz, and we have a whole different Big Biz show now that's in 125 million TV homes across the country. American Forces Network in 175 countries, still going on. There is an homage. If you're in studio ever, I want you to walk back into Studio B before you leave and look at the giant 25 by 30 poster we have of Rusty Nails holding it.
Yes.
So great.
But we thought since 1 year or 3 years ago today, he passed here on this show during our anniversary special. And
Doing what he loved.
doing what he loved, and that's singing. And for me personally, it was a guy that I spent more time with than any family member, because of course I wasn't a great father, and I got divorced at the end of it. But honestly, Russ and I spent so much time together, and it was a life-changing event for all of us in San Diego. I know for you guys that were fans of Russ. And
I
worked with Russ.
I grew up in high school listening to him, and it was so cool to finally work with him.
Yeah.
He was my hero.
Yeah, it was fun, and if you were around Russ, it was just he had remember. Do you remember Peanuts, the comic strip with Charlie Brown?
Yeah.
Remember Pigpen?
Yes.
Remember all the things around
The dirt followed him.
That was
Yeah.
well, Russ. That wasn't dirt that followed him, but Russ had his own ecosystem
He did.
that followed him, and thankfully they're still around. But we thought for you guys today, what we would do is we would show. And this is so surreal to watch because I watch it. His last performance, the day he passed away, right here on there. Guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Russ.
So can you go give us an offering of what is your favorite song for you?
I love doing this song when I'm performing at Monarch at 3 o'clock on Sunday till sunset. Monarch, Del Mar, sunset, 3 to. It's modern English. I'll melt with you.
I bet you the band doesn't know
You guys
it.
know that? You guys know this
Can
one?
you guys do that?
That's not it. Let me show you.
Oh, I see.
No.
That sounds like
There he goes.
I bet you he doesn't know the chords on the guitar.
Oh, here we go. Oh, wait a second. This is the song that they played at the very end of Valley Girl. When Nick Cage got in the limousine.
Nicolas Cage.
He started driving up the 405.
Moving forward using all my breath. Making love to you, I'll never say goodbye. I saw the world melting all around your face. Never really knowing it was always a shame. I'll stop the world and melt with you. open.